Kia ora, Linda Rubens here. I wanted to just share this video to show you an app that I think might be handy for online learning, and it is called Jamboard. There it is over there. It's an interactive whiteboard. Don't get confused if you Google it. There is an actual Jamboard that costs a whole heap of money. What I'm looking at is just the app version of it, and it gives you enough for what our requirements are, in my opinion anyway. Okay, so I'll open Jamboard so that you can have a look at it. Right, so it is it could be used in two ways: as an interactive whiteboard or as just a teacher-led whiteboard. So those are two that I did recently. One just having a play with one of my colleagues, and this one I actually used with my students, and it seemed to be quite successful. So let's go to add in a new jam. And what it gives you is your blank screen over there, and of course you can rename it. So I'll just call it test run. And if you've used whiteboards and digital whiteboards before, you'll know that they're all pretty similar. You start with your blank screen. You can add as many frames as you want at the top over there. With this one, it gives you a couple of options of changing the background. If you want it to look old school, you can, or just keep it blank. Clear the frame, clear everything that you've got on your frame. And then you've got your tools down the left-hand side. So obviously you start with the pen, and you've got the different pens and highlighters and paintbrushes over there with the different colors. Interestingly, this app can be used on your laptop or on your mobile device. On the mobile device, it actually gives you more options. So underneath this little block, it gives you autocorrect, and it also corrects your drawings, your shapes, and your handwriting. So it will change your writing to text, which is interesting. But let's just have a quick play. So I'll change it to blue, and you can write. This is taking longer than I thought. And there we go. Okay, and there's your eraser. No need to explain that. This you'd use, say for example, I'd added an image and I wanted to select it and do something with it. That's the tool that you'd use. Sticky notes, these seem to work pretty well, so let's change the color to pink and type something. Okay, so you've got your sticky note, and then once you've got your sticky note, you can change it, rearrange it, make it a little bit bigger, change the alignment of it. There we go. Or the three dots, always interesting to get to know those. Edit, duplicate, you know how you sometimes do need to have something 2 or 3 times, and then you could obviously edit it, change the color and save. So yeah, you've got that option. I'll just move those out the way, and then so that's stickies. Add an image just as you normally would. You've got that option. So one of the lesson ideas you could do is add an image at the start of the day, and underneath it say, choose an image to show how you are feeling today, something along those lines. And then your shapes over there, text box here, and your laser pointer. So if you're doing a lesson and you wanted to highlight something temporarily, you've got your laser pointer. So those are basically the tools that you've got. Now, one way to do this would be to share your screen on your Meet session if you're using Google Classroom, or your Zoom session, whatever it might be. And so you could do your maths equation, or you could do your experiments, etc., and use your screen. If you'd like it to be an interactive whiteboard, you can do that. So you go to the share button up here, and that's where you can add your students or add your colleagues or add your team over there, and make sure that you change the editing rights so that they are able to edit. Otherwise they will be view only, which is also an option. If you want them to be view only, that's fine. And then the other thing you can do is, if you don't want to add, you've got too many people to add, you could just get the link, copy it, and put it onto Classroom. Again, remember, if you want people to be able to edit it, obviously what you'd need to do is change the editing rights. So that's what Jamboard looks like. This is one that I did with my students, and I was having a number of questions about the structure, and all I did was I would do sticky note after sticky notes. As you can see, it's a copy and paste, and then a quick change, and then I talked them through how they could develop that. A little bit of a mess, but a couple of them came back and said, "Miss, this makes perfect sense now." So that was good. Remember what I started with, Jamboard is a board that you can buy. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that that's what it's about. I think it's just a handy tool that we could be using with our students as we face a little bit more of lockdown. So hope that helps. Bye.